I'm so excited you're here today. We're going to do one of my favorite exercises ever, bridging. Oh my gosh, you've probably done this with me before, or you've done some variation of it in one of your classes. And I love this. It's a truly life-saving exercise because it strengthens and balances out your hip musculature to help you stand taller and better in your legs to free up your lower back stuff. Reese is really excited about it too. She's joined us today. So with this exercise, it's amazing for your back care protocol, and this is in my personal toolbox. So you're going to need a little floor space, so wherever you have some floor space, a mat, something like that, go ahead and get that set up, and we're going to come to resting on our back. Move your animal out of the way, if they will allow, and come to resting on your back. Once you're resting on your back, you're going to take a minute and just feel it wiggle around in your body. See if you can find your sacrum grounding, your ribs grounding, and your skull. Once you feel like you're grounded, I want you to just take a second, and you can turn your head and look at the screen just so you can see what we don't want to be doing, so that you can really figure out what you do want to be feeling in this exercise. A couple of things: you also want to make sure your feet are parallel, so they're not turned out but parallel, and in line with your sits bones. You can Google search sits bones to find a little reference of what that is if you're vague on that. It's your butt bones that you would sit on. But what sometimes happens is we start to bridge up and we lift up, and then I see that this happens. Like our back starts to lead and you see my belly really domes up, so my psoas is really tight. And I don't really want that. I feel like my back is really working hard, but I want to see if we can get a little more leg strength. So what I'd rather you do is stay lower and stay with the leg strength and intentionally put some weight in your legs, right? So be mindful of that. The other thing is we're not doing yoga bridge. Yoga bridging, they really go for thoracic extension. So they would bridge up and then really lift this thorax up, the rib cage up off of there. And we don't necessarily want to do that here. It's beautiful bridging practice, but that's not what we're doing here. So we're going to take a minute and just breathe, figure out your alignment. As you exhale, draw the belly in, sink into the mat, feel your thighs dropping to the mat and your feet. On your next exhale, a little belly tone as you press into your feet and start to bridge up, lifting the hips up, sinking the upper back into the mat. We're going to do 8 of these. This is the first one, so take your time. You don't have to come up as high as I am. You could just come 2 inches off the ground. You can play with pulling a little bit, so I'm pulling gently with my feet, so I activate my hamstrings a little bit more. And then releasing down. Breathing in. Exhale, feet press down, belly pulls in, hips activate, lifting up for 2. Inhale down. Exhale, lift 3. And down. Exhale, lifting 4. And down. And 5. And down. Exhale, 6. Belly and legs. Feel the feet gently pulling as you come to the height. 7. We're going to hold on number 8. Really lifting up there. Working this placement of the upper insertion of your hamstring here at your sits bone. And do little pulses where your thigh and your glutes meet. So little pulses right through here for 10. Keep the belly in. Again, you could do those pulses all the way down here. You don't have to be this high. We're going to do pulses for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then you're going to roll down, still pulling with the feet, melting your back onto the ground. And then relax. You're done. Come up to sitting or standing or whatever you need to do next in your day, go for it. If this life-saving exercise is helping you, please feel free to share it with your friends and family. Thank you so much for joining me today, and until next time, keep moving.